Vincenzo'S gold crypto investing. Good communist. Beautiful. Gorgeous, stunning, glowing, spectacular pre-sunrise in the greater St. Clair metropolitan area in the great state of Michigan. It's Vincenzo'S Gold Crypto Investing, where you like, subscribe, and share for a one-of-a-kind, company-made, probability-based trading alert and technical analysis, and the rest of the malarkey that goes on around here. And we have a communist president that thinks he can force vaccinate people to go to work. Except the U.S. Postal Service, he's exempted because they have 600,000 workers, and they're the biggest worker union that was in favor of Joe Biden for president and endorsed him, and they came out against his mandates, so he exempted them from the federal mandate. Again, the federal mandate is like toilet paper. Spit on it, right? Don't do it. And for the rest of you that think if you're self-employed that it doesn't affect you, oh, it can affect you. Because when they're blatantly violating the law, which they are, if you read the White House correspondent that said Joe Biden did a masterful thing in circumventing an illegal act at the federal government to implement a mandatory vaccine by using OSHA, which when it goes to the Supreme Court, it's going to be struck down because it is unconstitutional. The federal government does not have the power to mandate businesses to do that. Private businesses have all the right to do it on their own if they want, but the federal government doesn't have the power to mandate it. But if you are self-employed, somebody like YouTube could say anybody that's posting and being paid for our content must abide by these and must do this. They can do whatever they want when a government's acting illegally, outside the law, right? Nobody's safe. They're going to start coming after you. If you want to go to the grocery store, you're going to have to prove to purchase groceries on whatever they want. And it's not one shot. It's a minimum of 3 right now, plus 1 every year. And then that moves beyond the next point. If they could successfully do this and it doesn't get struck down, are they going to mandate flu shots once a year to go to work? Are they going to mandate the HPV vaccine to go to work? Hepatitis vaccine? Pneumococcal meningitis? And all the rest of them. Herpes vaccine? Are all these going to be mandatory, and you're going to have a routine 10 to 20 shots a year to go to work? What's to stop the federal government from mandating that, right? What's to stop the federal government from mandating that you have to get certain parts of your body cut off if you're prone to cancer? Say you have history of breast cancer, and in your family women get breast cancer. What's to stop the federal government from saying in order to work and to get health care, as preemptive care, you have to get your breast surgically removed before any cancer is there, and just to stop any cancer from ever developing? What's to stop them from doing that, right? If you're going to allow them to do this, they're going to circumvent and usurp more power that they already don't have, but they'll take more of if you allow them to do this. The same thing with, it's just the mask, where to go shopping. No, it's not just the mask. It's leading into steps, right? And this is going to get much, much worse. They're going to start forcibly removing private property from you, forcibly removing your things, cars, land, housing, right? What's to stop them from saying we have a refugee problem and you need to take refugees into your home now? It's a public health crisis, right? We can't have all these people on the streets. You know, what's to stop them from saying you can't consume so much water? It's a public health crisis if there's not drinking water. So you can only take a shower twice a month. What's to stop them from that when they've overstepped and subverted the Constitution and they've taken away civil liberties and rights and freedoms to the minority and to the individual that is guaranteed by God, not government? Because when it's given by government, like they say now, they can take it away and impose whatever laws and sanctions and restrictions they want on the mass society. And the sheep, which you are, the mass population is nothing more than sheep. You are herded along to your own slaughter, just like you see Joe Biden today. He's going to bring a lawsuit against the state of Texas because he's saying, if you can believe this, an unconstitutional, yes, you heard that right, unconstitutional abortion law. Hello, Joe. Since when do you care about or even understand in the least or slightest what the Constitution is, you charlatan? They didn't ban abortion in the state of Texas. They simply said if you want to murder your child, you have 6 weeks to do it, right? I'm not even for that law. I think you shouldn't even have the state restricting abortion, nor do I think the state should be pro-abortion and fund it. I believe the government should be completely out of it, and it's up to an individual to decide if they want to murder a baby. Notice I'm using the term murder a baby because no, I do not. Vincenzo's Go Crypto Investing does not support abortion, but we do support the freedom of choice and the freedom of people to make that their own decision. The government should not be like Planned Parenthood. Not one tax dollar should go to fund any organization that performs abortions, right? But if private citizens want to pay a private company to perform an abortion, that's their power and their right to do it, right? Just like a private citizen should have the right to get vaccinated and work, or should have the right to not get vaccinated. It's his private choice. Same as a private employer should have the decision whether he wants to mandate a vaccine or give it up to their workers' choice. It's a private business's choice. Freedom. It's not the government's choice. That's dictatorship. That's communism. That's authoritarian. It's authoritarianism, right? That's what dictators do. And that's what's going on in this country. We've been fleece heisted and shysted by charlatans, and the corporate media has been bought and paid for and sold out 75 years ago, for-profit media, right? For-profit communist propaganda media. And the sheep go right along with it. And it's a joke. And this is only going to get much, much worse. This country is going into a deep recession, and that's another reason they're trying to stifle jobs and force this, because they know more people would bow out of the working and the workforce, and they need that because this country is going into the wastebasket the way of Venezuela. You're going to see massive civil unrest. It's already going on. They just don't cover it in the mainstream media around the world and in the U.S. The only protests they cover are when they riot for communist murderers and criminals and rapists that get killed by police. But there's going to be massive uprising, massive civil disorder, and this country is going to go under Joe Biden. He's going to go under wage and price controls, and he's going to go under martial law. Joe Biden, yes, will declare martial law as a way to control and force whatever he feels fit on society, and he's got a lot of deeper plans for control to tame the virus, implementing restrictions on where you can travel, implementing on what you can do, banning air travel, banning interstate travel, banning vacations, banning the rest of this. Joe Biden will implement this as this United States of communism continues to massively corrode and fall apart, and the once great dynasty, the way of Rome, is collapsing at a much, much accelerated pace, and it's going to continue until you citizens, yes, you, wake the fuck up and put a stop to this government dictatorship, which won't happen because you are a bunch of sheep and you make me sick. Like, subscribe, and share to Vincenzo's Go Crypto Investing. So yes, maybe we and you, yes, you can wake up people to freedom, prosperity, and the Republic of the United States of America that protects the minority and not the majority of individual civil liberties and rights and freedoms given to you by God. Peace and love, peace and love.